Alright everyone, if you're not familiar with plow pose or shoulder stand, or even if you are and you have a tight neck or shoulder situation, you definitely should have a blanket or something where you can roll up, because we're going to be using this on our mat eventually. Not now, but soon. So just a rolled up thick blanket that you can just use. Eventually it's going to go on our upper back and you'll see what it's all about. Okay, so first let's begin with just stretching our neck a little bit. Let's do some shoulder rolls. Roll your shoulders forward, bring them up to your ears, back together and down. Once again, shoulders forward, up to your ears, back together and down. Huge circles, shoulders forward, up to your ears, back and down. Another thing I love to do is, you've probably seen it if you have seen my video on how to do arm rotations in opposite directions, is you bring both arms up and one arm goes forward as the other one goes back. One arm is going backwards, the other is going forward at all times. Could be a little confusing at first, but if you can do it, it feels amazing when you get this twist. I love to look back at the arm that's always going backwards behind me and switch directions. It helps like nicely open up the shoulders in a different way and warm them up. Alright, now let's also do a quick little, let's move our hands in this direction here, where we go into a reverse plank. So my fingers are behind me and I'm just going to raise the hips up and bring the shoulders back together, extend the one foot and then the other foot in my reverse plank, big toes touching. Try to bring the big toes down and relax. Bring your butt slowly down. And here's another little thing we should do is, we get into a forward fold. I'm actually going to use my belt for this, which I always have there. You might need a belt, you might not, but you can use your towel or a shirt or anything. Basically, I love to hold it like this and then do a forward fold, chest proud, as the hands go overhead. And then I like to move the hands so I could down to the right, so I could look to the left, bend the right knee, switch sides, bend the left knee, look to the right, and you could vary how wide or narrow you do this. You don't even need a belt. Oftentimes you could just do it with your hands clasped. It really depends on your anatomy. Everyone's different. Everyone has a different body. Let's come back to center. One final push. And let's let that go. Awesome. Here's another little forward fold that's really cool. It's very simple. Instead of just doing a forward fold with both feet planted, instead put one heel up like this and then stick your bum out as you fold down, and then fold more to the right. So bring your torso to the right and you might feel a stronger hamstring stretch on one side. Let's switch sides. Put that heel down, raise the other heel, raise the right heel, and bring your body down over on the left side.
Switch sides. This is a simple trick you could do anywhere. It doesn't require any equipment. It's just a nice way of stretching the lower back gently on one side at a time as you also stretch the hamstrings.
Okay. Now from here, let's get our blanket that's rolled up. You're gonna want to put it on the mat, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna put your body here, your upper back goes here, and your head hangs off the edge. This is the safest way to ever do shoulder stand or plow pose, especially in a class setting where you don't want to hurt people. So you see how my shoulders are on the blanket and my head is literally hanging down. So that way it's like your head is going below the floor. Okay, now from here, put your hands to the side and use your hands. By pressing your hands down in the floor, you can raise your hips up. Okay, so from here, put your hands on your lower back and try not to look left or right, even though you might have that freedom. And from here, raise both legs up to the sky in this supported shoulder stand. It should feel very gentle. From here, you can also play with the plow pose a lot more. It's a lot safer to play with plow pose as well. So from here, bring your feet over your head. And what I love to do is I grab my feet. You don't have to grab it. If your feet can't touch the ground, it's all good. It took me months for that to happen. Maybe like 8 years ago. It was a long time ago. And it was a gradual process. Okay, release that. Bring your hands back on your lower back. Raise the feet up into shoulder stand. Eventually you might not even need to hold anything. You can just even not have your hands on the ground. Anything is possible. And I want you to lower down one vertebrae at a time. You can put your hands on the mat to help you lower it down. Just rest it down and relax. Now let's come up into a seated position of your choice. Bring the hands to the heart. Let's have a moment of gratitude for being in our bodies and being able to move it and doing what's right for it. Thank you, and I'll see you whenever I see you, or whenever you see me. I hope you have been enjoying these videos as much as I've been enjoying making them. Right, Medex? What year is it, Medex? What year is it? How long have you been sleeping?